Na 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 na. Na 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 na. What's up, chat? Hello? Na 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 na. It's gonna be what's done like a song for 5 hours. Is it even happening today? Probably not. That's what's in my title. What's up, chat? Hello. How you doing? Good morning. Happy Monday. And let me tell you why I don't think the debate's happening today. I don't think the debate's happening today because Ethan spent so much time yesterday harassing journalists and crying about Hassan getting positive news coverage. Right? As opposed to like doing research for the debate. And so I think he's unprepared, so I don't think it'll happen. He'll give some reason being like, oh, scheduling conflicts, we have other things we're doing today. We're doing a show about uh uh Justin Bieber's left sock today. So we can't I can't talk to Sam Cedar today because we're doing a show about Justin Bieber's left sock and uh and like it's just one word. So we're gonna have to schedule it for some time. Maybe maybe Wednesday, maybe on Friday or something, or who really knows. And then Sam Cedar's gonna be like, yeah, he hasn't gotten back to me. Honestly, I told him the I told him the dates. That's what it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna happen. That's just my take. Maybe I'll be wrong. Yeah, I approach this like I approach channel point predictions in a Sans chat, right? I always doubt, right? Because if a song like loses in a game, then I win, right? I win points. But if he wins, I'm like, oh, perfect. You know what I mean? He beat the level. Win-win situation. So I'm doubting because if it happens, it'll be good for me if it happens because I get to see the debate and it'll be funny to watch Ethan flounder. But if it doesn't happen, I'd be correct. Boom. You see the Reddit post from on Ukopnik? No. He did say he was going to react to the Frogan vid today. Oh, did he? Has to prepare some talking points for that too. Wait. No, I guess. I don't think it's going to be productive. How was League last night? Oh, do you want to play again? I won. That's how League was. I gained 25 LP because I was dunking on him. He's on Black People Twitter. Wait, it's been removed. You sent me a post that's been removed, so I can't even see it. Apparently, cult of decliners are doing letter campaigns to Senator/Attorney General. That sounds exact, and this is why I said yesterday as well. Like, you know where that community went. It's just Destiny community things, you know. The never-ending supply of hubris is could be the wild card that enables Ethan to do it. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath. Hold on, my brother texted me. I had to text my mother back. I think I called her yesterday. So it's not like we haven't talked in a while. Did you win that red game you played after Swift play? Yes, of course I did. You want to see it? Hold on. Wait, that's this stream. Oh, y'all can't hear this. There we go. No more Ethan Klein. See, we won. We kind of dog walked on them. 23-7. At 7 kills. GG set in great game volley. GG report top. I was top. I kind of cooked. I kind of want to play League again. Actually, I'm gonna be real. I do kind of want to play League again. Oh, hold on. Let me fix the. GG report top is crazy. There's an intervention, but I won. I did good. I got 25 LP. My S was snubbed. Only got an A- on set. I've been cooking on set, chat. You don't understand. You don't understand. Maybe we'll play a little bit later. Here, anyone else wanted to see this video?
Winning, we're gonna win so much, we may even get tired of winning. 75% tariff on North Sentinel Island. The 15 tribesmen that are living in there, they've been using our country. We're gonna tax their coconuts.
Crashing the stock market and everything being more expensive, is that part of the winning, Mr. President?
What a nasty question. First of all, you know, I don't care if you're white, I'm gonna have ice at your door tomorrow morning. Excuse me, what a nasty question to ask. You know, we're gonna have you sent to the worst prison in El Salvador. We're gonna die there like a dog along with all the other nasty people, the nasty peaceful protesters. And
Mr. President, do you still plan on making groceries cheaper?
I'll get to that.
This guy looks like Maxwell Frost a little bit. Pommy, thank you for the 4-month subscription.
In a second, I just want to say I bought a Tesla. It's so fast, I couldn't believe it. I was driving and I thought, wow, it's so fast. It has a very good engine. It doesn't use a lot of gas. It's amazing.
That's not what I was asking.
Excuse me, do you have a Tesla?
I understand, but it has
well, I'm
nothing
going to
to
answer your question once you have a Tesla. We're going to keep winning. We're going to win so much.
True. True. Um, but yeah, let's go live on YouTube. I don't really have oh wait, I do have an inflammatory thumbnail idea. I do have an inflammatory thumbnail idea. Oh, also, I downloaded Throne and Liberty yesterday. That game is so boring. I'm not gonna lie. Right, I think part of it's because I'm not the biggest fan of MMOs. But like, it's so boring. Game is boring AF. That's what I'm saying. It's so boring. I tried. To give it a fair shake. I'm just like, okay, well maybe they had the dual weapon system will intrigue me. You know, you have like two weapons, and it'll intrigue me. But no, it's just freaking boring. Sam Cedar. Wait, hold on. I have an idea. Sam Cedar. Yes, this picture. Perfect. Oh, wrong thing. I'm a rock star. Yeah, yeah. Thoughts Monster Hunter Wilds. I haven't played it. Anticipate happening in my life is yours. I don't think it will. Honestly, I hate to disappoint. Sam Cedar and Ethan Klein. Wait, oh, plus. Or check. Yeah, yeah, I'm a rock star. Yeah, yeah, I'm a rock star. You see that Elon used Doge to escape 2.4 billion in fees? No, I did not see that, but that is not even the what? Could not complete remove background command because the scratch disks are full. Oh, I'm out of space. Yeah, I am out of space on my C drive. Well, you know what that means. I take all of this and not delete it. Then I empty my recycling bin. Hopefully nothing useful was in there. There was 14,000 items in there. I'm a rock star. Yeah, yeah. I'm a rock. Oh, see, there it goes. Bada bing, bada boom. That freed up 17 gigabytes. Yeah, yeah. I'm a rock star. Ethan Santa Bay isn't happening today. No one asked you, chatter. Yeah, yeah. Debater Clash. That's actually a perfect title. I'm a rock star. I kind of want to. Okay, actually, I kind of want to put this behind. Actually, no, it's fine where it is. Yeah, yeah. I'm a rock star. Yeah, yeah. I'm a rock star. Maybe I'll move it down. Oh, okay. Didn't mean to turn you, Sam. My bad. No, I like it up here a little bit more. Kind of draws your eye. Yeah, yeah, I'm a rock star. Sam Suter debate. Safe. Don't save. Now I go live on YouTube. Yeah, yeah, I'm a rock star. Also, chat, I don't know if I said this yesterday. Um, but chat has inspired me. I spent my day off yesterday doing a lot of things, mostly, but also writing a song. Album coming soon. How many songs are in an album, actually? Before I say that. EP coming soon. I'm pretty sure that's shorter. At least 9 for a full album. Single coming soon. Single coming soon. Oh, I still have League Open. I still have League Open, by the way, chat. It's right there. I didn't close it. We can still play it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. EP 35, usually 4. LP is 8 to 12. LP, is that a thing? How do I go live on YouTube? Start. Wait, I didn't change the thumbnail. Gosh darn it. I literally forgot to change the thumbnail. I'm so stupid. There you go. Okay. Now if I go to my homepage, I should see the new thumbnail. Frogan got Tectone banned is crazy. Which we're gonna talk about as well. Which let me put that in the title too. Tectone banned. Cause it's so funny for people to sit here and be like, oh, Frogan's a nobody. Oh, she fell off. She was a Rising Star winner twice, but she's still a nobody. But then being like, Frogan has enough motion to get somebody who is like 3,000 times her size banned off the platform. You know what I mean? It was like 300 times. I don't remember. But honestly, if that's true, W Frogan. If that's true, W Frogan. Like, net positive, net benefit. It's another Frogan W. W's on W's on W's. No, maybe we'll take a little peek. Oh man, slop content is so back. Okay, hating on Amesy is kind of crazy. Like, unproblematic Minecrafters when there's like freaking Dream out here. EP is extended play, LP is long play, album play equals song. I could figure that out. I passed math class. Item is his wife, Anissa. Jomha is insane. Nigga's not green. Okay, I need to see what he says about Too Mad. Destiny owns Nigga's not green. Come on, bro. The drama slop mill is so back. Wonder if I'm here. I have to check. No. This is a different person, even though it's still an iDubbbz video. He's not talking about me, unfortunately. You see, Dream made a 30-minute comeback announcement. I did see that. I saw a clip being like, "We moved the eye." Wait, sorry. We moved the eyes 2 pixels. 2 pixels. That's what I saw on Twitter this morning. And I was just like, okay. The funniest part about a Tecton being banned is it's during the biggest drama of the year for VTubers, and he's losing so much money. Oh, that's so sad, man. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. LOL. Sorry. LOL. I mean, it's so bad, and I hate that. LOL. LOL. There's also this. Ethan Klein keeps calling out Hassan on Instagram. I'm a rock star. No, no. No, 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 no. No, no. Oh, okay. Is React or Archive the bot channel? Archive is the bot channel. React is not the bot channel. Did you watch the Overzealous video? Not yet. Not yet. There's a lot. Okay, there's a lot. This is why it's what I miss a day. There's a lot of stuff that happens. So I can go and then. Yeah, you love that stuff. Nah, I'm a rock star. Okay. Let's get into it.
It's not often that I talk about a content creator passing away, and it's even less frequent that I've previously spoken about that content creator on the channel. But today, that's exactly what happened with a content creator by the name of 2Mad. Now, there's a lot to talk about, and generally, I'm not very excited or happy to talk about these certain things, but I do have a lot of problems with 2Mad. He's a content creator I really liked at one point. I thought he was really funny, really entertaining, great editing style. I liked his appearances on Cold Ones, yada, yada, yada.
I'm sorry. People are defending 2Mad in his comments. Come on. Man, it's so sad that 2Mad has lost his life so young. He was innocent in all this. No, don't pin this video. Don't do that. What is wrong with you? Don't pin a SlopTuber video on my Twitch, especially about 2Mad being dead. Are you crazy? Are you insane?
Something we used to do a lot back on the
I just took a little peek. I just wanted to see what the comments were, see what the video was about. Anyway, I have that. Close. I have I'm a rock star. I want to see this video.
If you've never
I want to see this video. We have a lot of videos to watch.
Up until recently, corporate media...
Where do we start? We'll save the drama slot for last. And not the 2Mad video. Okay. Where do we start? We can start with this video. Start with this video.
Guys never actually present a leftist voice that is good, by the way. It's not like they're propping up certain people and being like, this is actually a really good person on this issue. Tweet from the author of the New York Times piece. Yeah. Back in January, I did leg day with Hassan the Hun for New York Times Styles, hoping to figure out what it means to be a left-wing man in a red-pilled world. Yeah. The right is already getting harassed since a certain person posted them on his IG. No nice things are allowed to be said about you. Yeah. Can you please cover E's crash out over the New York Times? I'm dying laughing at how insane it is. I
will say is that I think it's good that Hassan's talking about Ethan's decline and descent into madness. But some chatters are just so insane. Like, you don't need Hassan to reinforce your every worldview. You know what I mean? You can just laugh at Ethan Klein crashing out. You know, you can just enjoy that. You can engage with that. And, you know, you'd be like, okay, that's pretty fun. Without being like, did you see this Instagram story? Oh, wait, refresh your Instagram. He made another story about you. Oh, wait, do it again. He made another story. Like, just take a second. Just, you know, breathe. You address this one specific post. I need it. I need you to see this one. Like, you can send Hassan a thing and have Hassan like watch it and be like, this is funny. Okay, whatever. But like, just take a step back and just realize this is not your like personal, you know, playground to like, you know, guide the content, right? If Hassan wants to talk about it, Hassan's going to talk about it. But this is not for you to be like, I'm now in control of the content. You need to see this thing that Ethan Klein said 6 years ago because it reinforces what he said a month ago because it comes back again tomorrow when he talks about what happened today again tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need all that, right? Ethan Klein being like, harassing the author, that's something you can talk about. That's something you can bring like, hey, like Ethan's harassing this author, and be like, oh man, that sucks, that's bad, you know. Be like, you need to cover this crash out. You need to inject the drama into my veins. Like, just take a second and be like, okay. It's like people constantly telling him to stupid. I mean, they're not stupid. They're just they're purely drama crew. We can all enjoy the drama without bugging creators. Yeah. Some chatters don't seem to understand that Hassan is not a drama streamer. Well, they are drama chatters, and I see this when I talk about Ethan Klein. I see certain chatters return that don't come for like any of the other content. Like if I covered when I covered like news more heavily, like they weren't there for that. They weren't there for when I do like fun stuff or other reacts or whatever. They are purely when I cover drama, right? And it's the same for Hassan. There's a lot more well hidden in this chat, right? Because there's so many more people going from a bump from like 25K to like 30K, right? Or to 35K, right? There's obviously haters, and there's also like, you know, there are people who are there just for the drama, but it's harder to tell, right? Because they are long-term subs, right? They're not around during like regular news coverage, or if they are around, they don't like chat, right? But they only have something to say when it's there for drama. You cover this article when you get a chance. It's amazing. You know, I'm the person who found this article like 3 days ago. Like I found it, and I put it up on stream. It's also my problem. Chatters were coming here trying to break drama to me. Like, I covered the drama first, before it was even like picked up on by the Twitter. It's just like slavery if you think about it. It's hard to tell if they're drama frogs or haters purposely trying to derail whatever he's talking about. To be honest, drama frogs should reflect on that. No, they're like regular chatters, right? Because you can check their logs, and like they're like actual chatters who like they'll be like around like a year and a half ago before this even started. They'll be like pretty consistently chatting and stuff like that, but like for the last year and a half, it's just like, do you see the drama? Did you see this drama? Did you see this drama? And that's kind of it. Random question: where'd you get your hoodie? I don't know. My parents got it for me. It says Nuevo. I can't read upside down this last one. Nene. Future. New future. That's what it says.
will probably not do that. I mean, good for him, I guess. I don't know. There are like 8 IG stories. Why is he losing his mind so hard? God damn. Just, bro, it's Sunday,
Or, and
man.
this is my biggest pet peeve as a streamer, people who come in right after you finish or while you're covering something being like, hey, did you see this thing? You know what I mean? Hey, did you see this thing? Right, because it extends the drama coverage in the Hassan stream, right? But it's like, you could just look. Right, but chatters want to be the, and this goes for news as well. Chatters want to be the person or the people who breaks the story, right? They want to be the person to be like, you know, I personally found this information, right? And now I have to show it to you because I want to be the person who breaks the story. As opposed to being like, hey, let me just, or just asking, did Hassan cover this thing yet? And then the chat answer yes or no, right? Be like, you probably didn't see this, but here's this thing. You know what I mean? You probably didn't see this, but here's this thing that you definitely didn't see and didn't just finish talking about. And no, I'm not gonna check. I think it's also a parasocial aspect, like with friends. I'd rather ask them a question rather than checking to see. But because it lets me socialize, maybe it's the same with chatters.
And have fun.
No, even with like your friends, you're like, hey, did you see this thing that happened with old girl? You're like, yeah, I saw it. It's crazy. And you're like, okay, and then you can have a conversation about it, right? You're not like, bro, look at these messages that happened. You're like, I've already seen that. You know what I mean?
On with your family. What are you doing? Yeah, apparently Ethan is not very happy about this. He is very upset that I got this article written, and he's been posting about it.
Where's the article at? It was like aggressive mind in a manga body. It's already being auto completed. That's so funny. A progressive mind. Wait a minute. I can't turn off JavaScript loading? It's just like slavery all over again. A progressive mind in a body made for the manosphere. Hassan Piker pumps iron, lights weapons, wears pearls. His brand of masculinity has won him many fans online and has been a useful vehicle for his politics. I still don't get the entire article. Use your New York Times subscription, Sean. You think I have a New York Times subscription? Come on. Come on. Thank you for the chatter who has the New York Times thing. The article dropped out. The Sunbiker will never be the Democrats' Joe Rogan. You know what my beef with Hassan is? And I have a lot of beef with Hassan. You know what I mean? And hopefully this one gets clipped out and put on freaking HHG Productions subreddit or whatever. My beef with Hassan is that he stole an article that was supposed to be about me. He didn't need it. Look at all these articles that he has written about him. He didn't need the article. He stole it. Stole my. I could have had he didn't need it. He didn't need it. I could have had one article about my Twitch streaming brand doing politics on Twitch or whatever. Well, no, Hassan just came in and they made the entire article about him. I got a footnote. I got a slight mention. Where is it at? I'm gonna have to pull it up because it makes me mad.
Globally on Twitch.
Grimo got a hit with it too, honestly.
If the goal for tonight was to simply demonstrate for the Harris campaign, was to simply demonstrate competency and remind people how narcissistic and incompetent Trump is, she put up LeBron numbers.
Part of the Hassan Piker allure is number one, he's very attractive.
Yeah, I am being.
Oh, sorry. It was so short. I skipped it by accident. My bad. The New York Times tipped $5. Is that for a subscription?
The New York Times is paying my rent $5 for your subscription.
Thank you, the New York Times.
Political commentator.
Hassan is the biggest political commentator on Twitch.
If the goal for tonight...
That's it. That's all they used me for. Disrespectful. We talked for like 30 minutes. He didn't need these 9 minutes, okay? Why don't we talk about the biggest black political commentator on Twitch? That's me. Talk about me. Also, they did it to freaking Grimlow too.
You are.
Hasanabi, he kind of pioneered the space for the style of political coverage he does.
Hassan's channel has.
And that's it. They did it to both me and Grimlow. It's not even accurate since Asmik was the biggest political streamer. Exactly. If you see the fire, he doesn't do political commentary on Twitch. Hassan didn't need this piece. He didn't need this piece. He has a bunch of pieces. I do have one piece about me, though. Oh, that's my Twitch tracker. Nope. Why? Okay, wait. Here, let's look at this. News. Okay, I had this piece. This is about my Twitch streaming. Yeah. Wait, why is it know you're mean? Am I on this page somewhere? No, I'm not. Why does this even show up? Sure, I guess. I did fell off. What a shame.
Since like 6 a.m.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Wait, listen. Okay, that doesn't work.
A progressive mind in a body made for the manosphere. This article is by Jack Crosby and read by an automated voice. Hassan Piker thinks being a man is simple. Like many of this...
Okay, but I was into 11 minutes of this. No, not gonna lie. I saw it covered yesterday. We're gonna look at his coverage.
Our time, which I think is a crazy thing to do when you first wake up. Like, I first woke up
but this
and
is an example of the rich get richer. Honestly, it is. This is an example of the rich get richer. The rich get richer. And the poor people are left to pick up the scraps.
posted about the article because, you know, it's the article that I was waiting for. I was waiting for it to come out. It's been a long time. The article took place a long ass time ago. It's odd for him to wake up and also post nonstop. Literally nobody says that except those paid by his publicist. As a recent 2 minutes ago on a multi-story Insta rant, his fluency between culture and...
He's still going, by the way. He looks amazing on you, by the way. W Glaze, chat. W Glaze. Let me see. Yeah, shame on you, Jack Crosby. Which, I don't know how you can spin this as anything else other than targeted harassment. He's done, like, this is a consistent thing from Ethan. They found a Kiwi Farms post and switched to that. Oh, they went yelling about iDubbbz and Anissa. And now, like, you know, well, are you promoting Bad Panada, Ethan? That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting, Mr. You hate Bad Panada is promoted Bad Panada. We'll get to all this. Back it all up. Backing it up.
Ideologies led many to Brand Piker or Joe Rogan to the left, and Mr. Rogan had a mop top and painted his nails. Literally, nobody says that except those paid by his publicist. I don't have a publicist. My haters can't tell me.
I think, okay, if Ethan was a comedian, I would say it is a funny bit to just pretend like Hassan just has an entourage of paid staff that he just doesn't have. Like, that would be a funny bit, right? Like, if I did it, it would be hilarious. Like, he has a live-in housekeeper. He has a paid publicist. He has a personal assistant or whatever. Like, that would be funny.
You're not hot, bro. So brave of him to disavow Nepo babies. Oh my God. How can people that are fans of this guy not think, dude, you're 40 years old. You have 3 kids. Like, it's Sunday. Just, can't you save this for the show or something? Like, why are you doing this? How can people not recognize how obsessed this is? He's like dunking on every aspect of the article. Very strange stuff, man. Like, I hope he gets better. Thanks for reading my review.
He's not jealous, chat. Right? I think it's very easy to reduce it down to him being jealous. He's not jealous, right? He's more upset that his content nuke didn't affect Hassan's career in the way that he said, right, that it would. Right? It's literally the meme that he posted himself on his channel. Why does nobody care? It's this meme where he talks about this exact thing. He explains it, right? He explains it in this video that, like, he's mad because, he feels like nobody is taking his takes on anti-Semitism seriously or whatever. Right, this is him being mad and posting screenshots from Archer's Destiny again, by the way. Yelling at Twitch to be like, oh, why are you banning people who talk about anti-Semitism being a problem on the platform?
Q&As, answering questions from the community. Come here, Ducks. Ducky's here, by the way. Ducky does not tolerate anti-Semitism of any kind. And while they're taking questions, they get a few, well, here, let me just give you an idea of what goes on here.
And it's my first time with Dan hosting, so exciting.
Oh, wow. But during the course of this here, from chatters, let's take a look. Here it is. Now, these weren't even phrased like rudely. These were phrased like fairly respectfully. I mean, not very respectfully. And these people were permanently banned for it. This person was permanently banned. They says, why do you not ban streamers that show terror propaganda on your website? It's explicitly not allowed in TOS, but if you're big enough, you let them get away with it. Permanently banned. Another.
Also, I wonder where he gets the screenshot from, by the way. Do we think that he took it himself? But this is content. No, chat. Don't misunderstand. This was his content 4 months ago. His content has gotten significantly worse. His content has gotten significantly worse from this. It's been a steady evolution from, because like even this, you can kind of tout this as like being a little bit like even keeled, right? A little bit like he's not being completely psychotic here, right? He can at least try to be taken seriously by doing this. He'd be like, I'm just a carer of anti-Semitism, and it seems like nobody else cares about anti-Semitism. You feel me? It's gotten significantly worse now. But also something that Hassan talked about. I don't know if it shows here, but if somebody could find me the clip of it or in the VOD, so I can talk about it, about why no other streamer is speaking up on it. I do have an interesting take on that. I said it in chat yesterday as well.
He posted again and said, "Thanks for reading my review." Dude, oh my God. You don't think the New York Times is trying to make this seem like it's optics and not about issues? It's what they've been doing since election. Dems don't need to fix their policies. They just need a leftist Joe Rogan. And that's what I think this New York Times article was playing up. I think that they're trying to make sense of why someone like myself has seen a lot of success in an otherwise right-wing dominated landscape. And it can't be the issues themselves. It can't be what I'm saying. So it must be like the aesthetic. And to be fair, the way I look does play a role in
about Hassan. That's not surprising.
This, right? The way I look does.
It's a Destiny tactic that the Destiny's community didn't even come up with. They stole it from Kiwi Farms, right? In 4chan.
Play a role in this. The packaging
body.
Certainly is a part of it. He's being especially unhinged because the last episode did very poorly on views because it was the first step in a while, not clickbaiting you or iDubbbz. Yeah. As usual, he puts out the dog whistle on his Instagram stories. And then his rabbit fan base starts a harassment campaign. Shame on you. Oh, he's...
See, and the issue is that, like, they don't even clarify that, like, he didn't cross the name out. Right? He posted the full name. I thought he crossed the name out. Which is still bad because his audience is still going to go find it. Right? But no, he just posted the full name of the author. Which he does consistently.
Fan base starts a
he never ever censors. No, he'll censor when it comes from his community. When he has posts from his community, like on his subreddit, he'll censor the name who posted it. So you can't go back and check who posted it and find out that they're a Destiny poster. You know what I mean? So he'll censor things on that way, but he won't censor the people that he's like harassing. Because he wants people to go harass them. It's very clear.
Harassment campaign. Shame on you. Oh, he's report this trash puff piece to the New York Times editorial board. Thanks for posting first today. This is clearly pushed forward by a publicist working for Hassan to get ahead of any negative publicity. Dude, I don't think these guys understand. They're allowing an email hate brigade on their sub, not linking directly, but I posted a tweet about it. I don't know if these guys understand that, like, this kind of stuff is very annoying to newspapers in general. You don't come across as like a normal person. And also,
like,
this is
newspapers aren't, or like publications aren't, like, this isn't new to them. Right? They're not unfamiliar with this thing. Right? And so, like, the writers themselves are going to be like, yeah, we know how this works. Right? They're trying to silence us for this story. And so if it becomes a point where it threatens like the overall publication, editors will step in and will say, hey, we need to take this down, right? But if it doesn't do that, right? If it's not something that's like, if you have no motion, which unfortunately Ethan Klein and the Kleinsmen don't understand that they have no motion here, right? Then they're not gonna be able to take it down. They're gonna be like, yeah, this is a stupid brigading thing. Who cares? Whatever. If they had more motion, if they weren't seen as like, I don't know, insane people, maybe it would actually stick. If they came across less as a fringe part of the internet and more as a, hey, we are like concerned about this article and what this article was doing, then maybe they would take it seriously. But they do come across as a insane fringe part of the internet. Right? Almost by design. They go after everybody. They go after Reddit themselves. They go after Twitch as a company. They go after individual Twitch streamers. They go after Twitch freaking sponsors. They go after anybody and everybody. The faux moi subreddit or whatever. To the point where there are currently pieces being written about how Ethan Klein is stalking harassment against these other people. So they're not going to take you seriously because they see that this is your ML, this is what you do. Back in 2022, the New York Times included Ethan for being kicked out of the metaverse for 2 hours after jokingly sexually harassing Dan while they were surrounded by kids in the lobby. I saw that.
A direct brigade.
I don't think it really matters. it like that goes as far as like the haha Ethan's stupid. You know what I mean? This is Ethan being stupid or whatever. But like, I don't think that's guiding Ethan's opinions now, right? If it wasn't the New York Times, it would be like, you know, freaking anybody else. Ethan, because Ethan has done this to writers about the space, like Nathan Grayson, right? Taylor Lorenz, anybody who has ever positively said anything about Hassan, he has stoked harassment campaigns against, and he'll never take accountability. Right? He'll be like, I'm defending myself by harassing these third-party people for saying something nice about Hassan.
Stop talking about him. Dude, are you stupid? Are you actually that stupid that you don't understand what I'm showing here is not just like me doing drama? Like, what are you talking about? This is a direct...
Also, I will say people who are even more annoying than the drama chatters, this may be a hot take. People who are even more annoying than drama chatters are the people who are like anti-drama chatters. Right? Maybe they're the same type of annoying. You know what I mean? Like, if Hassan wants to talk about his nice coverage being brigaded and harassed by Ethan, Hassan gets to do that. You don't get to like guide the content. Either way. Like, you don't. Like, stop leaking, chatter. Stop leaking. We're doing something different. We're talking about drama. Can you please just stop clicking on links, Hassan? Like, you're both the same thing. You're both the same thing. You just want to guide the content to whatever you want it to be. That's what 100 dudes versus one gorilla. The gorilla gets cooked. I think the question is not like 100 dudes versus one gorilla. It's how many men will get in the 100 will it take to take the gorilla down. That's the only answer. I would say 15. I think that's too low. I think you get into the 30s. And I think it depends on a lot of factors. Like, one, we're assuming that it's one after the other, but are the bodies cleaned up after the gorilla starts killing people? Right? If you walk into the arena, do you see the dead bodies of other men just chilling there? Like, these are questions that are important because it guides the psyche, right? If you're number 55 and you walk in and you see 54 other bodies laying down, that's going to guide, right, how you go about it. You feel me? But I thought it was one after the other. Is it one by is it one by one? I don't know. That's the question. Is it all at once? You feel me? All at once. I think you can, okay. Then the question is different. The question is not like, the question is just how many men will it take to kill a gorilla and to jump a gorilla is essentially. Right? I think a way more interesting question is one at a time. How many men does it take to get through? Yeah, all at once, 1v1 gorilla is not losing. I think you're wrong. Right? The question is just how many men have to die to get damage on the gorilla. You feel me? A gorilla's gonna get tired. It still needs to, like, you know, it still has stamina. If I'm dude one on the 1v1 jump, I'm cooked. 100%. The question is, how does one man kill a gorilla without weapons? It depends. Right? Is the gorilla, because if we're talking about like man number 60, right? That's 59 other men, right? 59 other men that has gotten some damage on the gorilla. Now the question, right, is that damage enough? Probably not. No way fists are enough to stop a gorilla. I don't know, maybe. You feel me? But what damage with no weapons? I think you're underestimating how like hard that some people can hit. You feel me? Because okay, the question is, are we taking the average men or are we taking like straight boxers? You feel me? Like 100 boxers, 100 MMA fighters. These are questions that we have to ask. 100 XQCs, boxers are dying 100%. Well, then the question becomes, how many boxers does it take to kill a gorilla? A gorilla cannot fight indefinitely forever. It can't. It's impossible. There is some number, chat. In the real world, in reality, there is some number that of amount of men that can take down a gorilla. What would that number be? There's some number. Chat, I don't care how strong a gorilla is. They're not fighting in perpetuity. They're not. They cannot fight forever. There is some number of men. There is some number of men that a gorilla will eventually die at. There is. This is it. It's way more than 100. It may be way more than 100. That may be the case. I'm not saying that it's 100, right? But I'm saying that there is some number. And what is that number? That is a way better question in my opinion, right? Because the question, if the question is just 100 men versus one gorilla, there's not enough answers there. There are too many underlying factors there, right? Like, are we talking about one after the other? Are we talking about all at once? Are we talking about, like, do people have weapons? If so, what weapons do they have? What is the setting here? Are the bodies being cleaned up after the one-on-ones? How old is the gorilla? Like, these are questions that you have to ask. These are important questions. It's a gorilla, bro. It doesn't matter. Gorillas are not invincible. Gorillas are living beings who have stamina that can run out. It doesn't matter if it's a gorilla. It doesn't matter who you're fighting. This goes for everything, essentially. In reality, there is some number, right, where the human eclipses the gorilla. Even a brontosaurus tires out. Exactly. So you didn't beat the gorilla, it died of exhaustion. That's beating a gorilla. I'm sorry. That's beating the gorilla. Number is 10, I'm telling you. I don't have any proof the number is 10, right? I don't. I have any proof the number is 10. Winning by default is still winning. Exactly. That's how humans are built to outlast. I don't think 10 men will beat a gorilla. Okay, so let's imagine this scenario, right? Let's imagine, because here's the problem. In an all for one, in a one for all situation, right? Is that humans are still human beings that will lose their nerve. If you're like a part of the 100 men, there's only so many men that can be attacked, or they can be attacking the gorilla at once. We'll say like 10 men can be attacking the gorilla at once. The rest are going to be waiting. So you're not going to be, you know what I mean? You're not going to be like, it's not 100 men versus one gorilla. It's 10 men versus one fully, like, 100% gorilla. And then it's like 10 men versus like a 95% gorilla. And then it's 10 men versus a 80% gorilla. You're not going to fight. It's not like 100 men versus a 100% one gorilla, right? Because you're not fighting all at once. A gorilla has nerves as well. Yes, but if you are, imagine you are a part of the 100 men, right? Imagine you are a part of the 100 men, chat. And you look in front of you, right? And you see Johnny sitting in front of you. And Johnny's like, yeah, we got this. Johnny's head's taken clean off of his shoulders. You're not going to want to go in. You're like, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel rocking up to this gorilla. You feel me? And so if the gorilla takes down 10 men, it may be tired, right? It may be tired, But you're still gonna have to deal with a gorilla that can take off your head. And a lot of people aren't gonna do it. Yeah, I think the troop morale will dwindle significantly. Exactly. So here's the thing. Let me explain. I think best case scenario, right, for an unarmed situation where the humans can win. Here's how I think it will go down. It's 100 men. There's a door and there's an arena. The door opens, man gets pushed down the arena, door closes. None of the other 100 men can see what's going on. Right? You have your one-on-one chance. Johnny walks up. You feel me? Johnny goes, boom. The gorilla goes, cool. You know? Johnny goes, boom, boom. The gorilla goes, cool, cool. Johnny goes, boom, boom, boom. The gorilla goes, cool, cool, cool. Bam. Kills Johnny. Right? Johnny's bleeding out. Johnny's dead. You feel me? Johnny maybe gets 1 or 2 hits in. Right? Gorilla's probably 100% fine. Somebody comes in, they drag Johnny's body out, they clean up all the blood, open the door again, push out Josh, close the door. Josh comes in, he rocks up, boom, he goes for the gorilla's ankle, his knee, right? Gorilla, boom, kills Josh. Somebody comes in, drags Josh's body up, they clean up all the blood, and you just keep going that over and over and over again. Eventually, the damage will pile up on the gorilla, right? Timmy's gonna walk out. Timmy's punched. Timmy's dead. Timmy did no damage, right? But eventually, the damage is going to accumulate that maybe by man, like maybe not 100, right? Maybe by man, like 250, right? One of them got the gorilla's eye out. You know what I mean? One of them has stepped on the gorilla's toes, right? One of them has dislocated the gorilla's shoulder. After 250 men, the gorilla has taken 250 men, and they're all dead. Maybe you'll get some more damage, and that, you feel me? You'll eventually win as the damage accumulates. I don't think it can be an all for one or a one for all situation, 100v1, because the morale is going to be cooked. So you need to mitigate the morale factor, right? You need to lower the morale factor so that people are not, swayed by the morale, right? While maximizing the amount of accumulated damage. Now, what that number is, I don't know. I don't know what that number is. Is the morale higher in group? Originally, yeah. At the start, morale will be super high in a group setting. But once you see, like, chat, soldiers at war, you're like, they're super hopped up on morale. Like, we're going to go do this. Yeah. We're going to go storm the beaches. Yeah. You run out, you're storming the beaches of Normandy. You see your battle buddy get shot. You're done. You're cooked. Morale is gone. There's no morale left. It's not happening. It's not happening. Storm the beaches of gorilla. True. I'm just saying, if it's all at once, I got to figure it out. Is easy. 2 men hold down each limb, and the last 0 beating down the gorilla's head with stones. You don't get stones, chat. You don't have stones. We're talking about bare-handed, bare knuckle. If we're talking about stones, you just need to just throw stones at it. That's it. You have 100 men who stands around the circle of the arena with stones, and you just chuck stones at it while just evading the gorilla. You all throw stones at it, and then you run away. You grab another stone, and you keep throwing stones at it. The amount of brutal stories I've heard from people who never talk about their service is insane. Yeah. Gorillas ripping their hands off one by one and winning. Can you use other body parts as weapons? Sure. In a group setting, you could use other human body parts as weapons against the gorilla. But most men aren't doing that. Like maybe you got like 1 or 2 men who's doing that. You're not doing it. You're gonna give up. You're gonna give up and you're gonna run away. That's it. That's the answer. You're gonna give up and you're gonna run away. I punch other people to see him on the gorilla side. My mentality, though, if we all go in at once, possibly. No, it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. There's no mob mentality there. You have like one initial burst. You better kill that gorilla in the first altercation or people are quitting. And once mob mentality works the other way as well. Once one person quits, everybody's going to quit. So once the doors open and 100 men fled out of the doors into the arena, you better kill that gorilla in the first altercation, because once people start dying and once other people start quitting, so are other people. They're going to quit too. How do you hype up the first guy who's going to eat a gorilla charge? You ever seen a video of a bunch of bees cooking a hornet by surrounding it? We can do the same with the gorilla. Yeah, but like, think about this, chat. If you see someone die next to you, you're not gonna go. Come on. Let's be serious for a second. If you see someone die next to you, you're not gonna go keep fighting. You're gonna desert. Is leaving an option or is it a death match? People are going to give up. Even if they can't leave, they'll climb on each other to get out of the arena. Is it the military ever reports vehicle death, accident resulting in death, they took their own life? People learn nothing from the Hunger Games. Yeah. I'm not fighting to start with, to be honest. If I'm 100 people, I'm going, only 99 people are fighting that. Listen, chat, you don't have a choice. I'm sorry. If you're a man, you don't have a choice. We're drawing straws. If the aliens abducted 100 men and one gorilla and they put us in an arena, we're drawing straws. If you're number one, either you die to that gorilla or you die to us. That's it. Either you go out and you die to that gorilla or you die to us. You pick. You pick. It's only fair. We're drawing lots. And if you get number one, I'm sorry. You leading the charge to the gorilla. I don't care how strong these guys are. If the gorilla starts attacking and other people are gonna run, like there's no way most of them don't run away scared. Exactly. Exactly. You can maybe get 20 men max to pile on the gorilla at once, and the gorilla will beat 20 men. How do we get here? Doesn't even matter. This is the more important discussion, right? The question that I have is not can 100 men beat one gorilla? It's what situation exists, right? How can the men stack the situation? Like again, imagine you're again abducted by aliens. They put one gorilla in an arena and they say, you are 100 men. You decide the terms. You must kill this gorilla. What situation can the 100 men craft in order to, to kill the gorilla? Weapons, craft weapons. You don't get weapons. Bare knuckled. You are unarmed. You are allowed to decide how many people go out at once, whether it's one or whether it's all 100. You're deciding the terms of the engagement, right? But once the door closes behind you, you cannot leave. No engagement time in a reasonable large area. First 10 men go out. One at a time, 90 men blinded on weight. Bodies remain when 90 men release into the group. Forge bone clubs. That's pretty funny. Here's a human gorilla scale for comparison. Yeah, look at these things are tiny. They're tiny. They're like 5 feet tall. I'm 6 feet. That reach is crazy though. 93.2-inch wingspan is disgusting. No, chat. You're stupid. It's 68 inches. It's not 6'8". It's 68 inches.
The gorilla is gonna get cooked.
Cat's vicious mockery on the gorilla. As it's looking for the 9-month resubscription. Her tactics create a wall of flailing, screaming people in that 100. Run gorilla around first to exhaust it. If there's 100 people inside of the if there's 100 people inside of the arena, there's no running around the gorilla. You feel me? Unless the arena is like sufficiently large. And we're talking about like football stadium size, where the gorilla is in the middle and the gorilla has to like run to you. At that point, it's just gorilla tag. At that point, it's just gorilla tag. It's can you outrun? It's how not can you? It's how long can you outrun a gorilla? That's really it. It's basically like you're on a track and the gorilla's like chasing a bunch of humans. Not that you can outrun a gorilla. No, exactly. My question is, how long can you last? How long can you stay away from the gorilla? That's the only question there. Hockey rink perfect size. Hockey rink is way too small. Right? And think about it, you don't have to be faster than the gorilla. You just got to be faster than Timmy. I think football field is a good size. Right? Football field's way too big in my opinion. No. Hear me out, Okay, hear me out, chat. Hear me out. Here's the plan. Here's how we take on the gorilla. Right? In the football field. In our planning phase, the aliens gives us planning phase. We make 2 camps. We'll make camp A up here and camp B up here. Here, I'll make camp A red and our blue and camp B blue, right? And the gorilla is in the middle. Okay, we'll make the gorilla gray. Okay, now it's hard to see. This is the gorilla, right? Here's what you do. You run around in circles. The gorilla is one gorilla. It's indecisive. You all run around in circles. You create a hot front and a cold front meeting each other, which creates a tornado. It sucks up the gorilla and kills him. No, but seriously, red team runs this way, blue team runs this way. The gorilla has to pick, has to choose. If the gorilla chooses to go after the red team that's running this way, The blue team flanks, right? But if the gorilla chooses to go after the blue team this way, right? Red team flanks. As the gorilla is closing in, you have 50 people. So this is 50 people, obviously. Actually, no, we'll say this is 45 people. And this is 45 people. And your job is, if the gorilla comes after your side, is to survive. You survive long enough for the red team or for the other team, the opposite team, to then go and catch the gorilla off guard from behind, drop kick. Now the gorilla's prone, right? Using D&D rules, when the gorilla's prone, all attacks on the gorilla has advantage. You all just keep stomping on the gorilla. You don't let him get up. You don't let him get up. Right? You may be asking, 45, that's only 90. Where's the other 10 people? Right? Where are the other 10 people? Great question. The other 10 people are inside the gorilla. That's right, chat. Before this even started, they took the Ant-Man PIM particles. They got smaller. They went upside the gorilla's butt. And once the gorilla's on the ground, they burst out of the gorilla, killing the gorilla instantly. And then it's over. We win. No stones with Ant-Man is okay? You're right. That's technically a weapon. Operation Thanos. Actually, I like what chat said instead. You may be asking, there's only 45, there's only 90 people. Where are the other 10 people? Well, their bodies are over here.
And hear humans forming a tornado to kill a gorilla. Bless.
They're over here. And they're dead. They're dead. Because in the planning phase, the red team and the blue team, they all drew straws. They killed 10 people and they sharpened their bones into weapons. They didn't come in with any weapons, but they made their own weapons. We need their femurs for tools. That's cheating? No, it's not. You can't come in with weapons, but you can use the weapons. If somebody's head flies off in front of you, you can use it as a soccer ball. It's not cheating, chat. It's not cheating. You can't come in with any weapons. Coming to sharpen it, bone clubs will work. But sharpening gets cooler. You know what? They sharpened five. Okay, they killed 5 people and used their bones for clubs, right? And then they sharpened, and then they killed 5 other people. And they used their bones for sharpened sticks and pokey things. Bow. That's only 4. No. Yeah, 4 people and then 1 person's the referee. The impartial referee is chosen by drawing slots. They cannot fight the gorilla. They are just there to facilitate all this. That's what's going on. But when you have time to make weapons, the scenario starts immediately, so you're distracting the gorilla the whole time too. No. In the scenario, right? This is why. Okay, these are the rules that I've crafted for my scenario. You can have your own rules. These are the rules I crafted. Imagine an alien invasion takes place, and they kidnap 100 men and 1 gorilla. They take the gorilla and they put the gorilla in the middle of a football field, and they say, "You have been selected for this trial. You have 1 hour to prepare yourself." Right? No outside tools. Like you're basically naked. Right? They bring you, they strip you naked. Right? So you don't bring any outside tools with you. And say you decide the terms of what's going on here. Right? You must kill the gorilla. You know what I mean? And so, if I was in charge, right? I say, okay, everybody, we are drawing lots. You're drawing straws. Out of the 100 people, they draw straws. If you get the shortest of the short straw, you are the referee. You don't fight the gorilla at all. Right? So it's actually a good thing to get the shortest of the short straw. But if you're number 2 to number 11, right? Those 10 people who have the next shortest straws, you are the sacrifices. Why do you need a referee? You need a referee because the sacrifices are going to complain, right? You need somebody to enforce the rules, right? You need somebody to enforce the rules. If there's no leader, if there's no neutral third party, pandemonium. You need one referee, right? So for number 2 to number 11, you are the sacrifices.